I got bad news, business owners. Your business needs an emergency fund. Now, if this was news to you like it was for me, I'm going to help you come up with some steps to set up your own emergency fund for your business. The good news about setting up an emergency fund for your business is that you don't need as much money to fund it as you would in your personal life. In my personal life, it took years to save more than a year's worth of personal expenses just to be able to take that leap to being self-employed. There's no need to be that conservative when saving for a business, so 3 to 6 months of business expenses will do. Your first step is to calculate how much your business spends on a monthly basis. Typically, this isn't a lot of money unless you have physical locations like storefronts, offices, and warehouses. My monthly business expenses include Adobe software, my cell phone bill, and the internet bill. Oh, and gas. Gas is a huge one. And I've also got some annual expenses like QuickBooks and a music licensing service that I use for some of my clients' videos. So I'll divide the cost of the annual services by 12 and add them to the monthly expenses. This means my total comes out to be $642.33 monthly that I spend on my business. This means 3 months of emergency saving comes out to be $1,927.33. And the 6 months would be double that. There's 2 methods to go about saving the money, and no method is better than the other. So you just gotta pick what works for you. The most important thing about both of these methods are that they are proactive. There's an important saying in personal finance called pay yourself first, and either one of these methods works perfectly with that. So today we're going to be paying our business first. It doesn't matter whether you save the money in a checkings account or a savings account for now. Personally, I don't have any recommendations for a business checking account. I don't really see any checking accounts out there that I like that have like 0 expenses. But if you find a business checking account that doesn't have any kind of expenses or minimums that you need to maintain in the account, feel free to leave them in the comments. If I find a better option in the future, I'll be sure to link it in the description below. And I'll probably pin a comment or something like that. Anyway, now that we know how much we need to save and where we're going to save the money to, let's move on to the first of 2 methods on how to save the money. The first method involves saving a set amount of money every single month until you reach your 3-month or 6-month goal. For example, if we break down that $1,927 into 6 payments, that means that we'll only be saving $322 a month for 6 months to reach that 3-month goal. And then from there, it'll take a year to reach our 6-month goal. The second method is using a percentage of your earnings as savings. That's the method that I currently use. It just makes it way easier. So whenever I earn money from any one of the jobs that I do, I take 20% and I set it aside as savings. How much money you're earning is the major factor in determining how long it's going to take to save that 3 or 6 months. Let's assume a scenario where you're bringing home $5,000 a month. At 20% of savings, it should take just under 2 months to save your first 3 months worth of savings and just under 4 for the 6 months. Using either one of those methods will allow you to build an emergency fund for your business. Once you reach your savings milestone, you have 2 options. You can keep excess savings in that account for you to cover business purchases. For me, that would include office furniture or camera gear. Or you could pay yourself a quarterly bonus. I'm not to the point where I'm able to pay myself just yet, but I cannot wait until I get there. In business, it's always important to consider how today's earnings impact your future self. It may not be fun to not buy nice things for yourself today, but it would definitely be worth it in the future. For more videos on how personal finance impacts your entrepreneurial journey, click here and I'll see you in that video. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something today that will allow you to use money to create the life that you want to live.